Weird.
Da, da,
It says live and recording.
That's weird.
Are we
What's
live
going
and
on?
recording?
Are we living?
Is it live or is it memory? Are we living?
I guess
Are we living?
I guess we're live and recording. Guys in the chat,
Yeah,
there's already
we're
people
live
in the
on
chat.
YouTube.
Yeah, let us know if we are live. What happened there?
Yeah.
This platform, friggin' melons, man.
I swear to God, this is a professional podcast. We've been doing this for 4+ years.
Yeah, big pros.
Look at the names in the chat. Like everybody's like at their @ It's not even like their name or whatever. It's like their YouTube. Are you guys seeing that as well?
I'm seeing that on YouTube too.
Yeah.
It's
I
even
don't
that
know.
way on YouTube.
I think it's Anna's fault. Personally,
isn't that how this usually is?
Yeah, she's the only one.
I don't think no,
Clark Kent 42. That's Keith L.
Oh, that's
yeah. And Paul Neal just says Paul Neal, and Midlife just says Midlife. Like it doesn't have those little weird. Yeah, I don't know. What's going on.
I think it's because they're the number 1, 2, and 3 fans. Do you see that?
Yeah, I do, but I don't think so. Yeah, because you can see the @ symbols in front of all the names.
True.
And you don't normally get that here. So,
very weird. Well, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Geek Boutique podcast, the official podcast of the Geeks and Company. That's right. We have a special guest with us this week. Before we get to our guest, though, the one not paying attention,
AKA
I'm here. I
Mr.
swear. All over
Messiah
me.
Complex
Goodness
Cosplay.
gracious.
How you doing,
We're
buddy?
a minute 40 into this podcast. You're already at my ass about stuff. Come on, man. Holy, I'm old. That's what I.
We know that.
I'm old, but hey, it's the con season's pretty much done for me. So I'm in relaxation mode. Yeah, one more for you guys. I am going to end up going to that geeky holiday market just for a couple of hours. They want Santas. They're doing like this multiverse of Santas thing. So they asked me what I was going to wear, and I'm going to wear my Stormtrooper. So I think they're going to try to Santa up my Stormtrooper. So only for a couple hours, but yeah, I think Mike and I are going to go as TK and the Snowy, so it should be a good time. So I do have one more appearance in me. So our good friend, actually, Solo 2 Cosplay, reached out to me, and he's like, "I'm going to be in London soon. I got a friend there. I want to do some photo shoots. Like anything you want, we'll set it up." And Mike and I have been talking a while about doing a bunch of little vignettes of TK and the Snowy, and so I think we're going to team up with our boy James and see what we can throw.
He also does video, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. That's what I mean. So I think it's a good opportunity to do that.
Yeah, that'll be hilarious.
But that's enough about me. What about Rob the Bad Guy? What's going on? There's no
the bad guy.
There's no accent aigu or grave or whatever over your name this time. You're not Rob the Bad Guy this time. What's going on?
Rob the Bad Guy.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you, man.
Some low effort shit on this Thursday
Very
night.
low effort. Exactly. Yeah. I'm doing my research just before the show starts.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, if you're not familiar with our guests this week on the show, we've got Anna, also known as AMH Cosplay, also known as Cosplay Over 40. Now, I feel like a lot of people don't make the connection. They don't realize that you are also the person that runs Cosplay Over 40, but you're going to find out tonight. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much. Secret's out.
The secret is out. The secret is out. Obviously, you started cosplaying before the Cosplay Over 40 account, but was that kind of a progression of? I mean, we all do different things, right? We are, decided we were going to, be one of those guys, right? That you're going to have their own podcast. So we started doing this nonsense. You started Cosplay Over 40. What drove you to that?
Well, after cosplaying a lot locally for years, I kind of noticed that, hey, everyone's kind of ignoring people of a certain age in costume. The photographers would ignore us completely. People at meetups would just kind of be like, go back to your rocking chair kind of thing. And I was like, that's just not fair. And after one particular Comic Con that I attended and was pretty much just told by a photographer that they only photograph pretty young things, I was like, well, screw this. We need representation. So I kind of searched around, saw there really was no representation for the 40 plus crowd. And that was June 28th, 2019. And here we are, still going strong.
And it's funny that 40 plus community has grown so much.
Oh, yeah.
Over, I want to say, even since we started cosplaying, back in 2017 or whatever it was, it's crazy now, how many more of us there are. Or maybe we just know more people and now we know where to get together. But yeah, it's
a little bit of both, I think.
Yeah. I think
coming out
this
of the
guy's
woodwork.
responsible for that. He's the one that's linked us all together, right? He's the ultimate old guy cosplayer.
Yeah. I love the entire concept of it. Take not necessarily a small group, but like you're saying, like marginalized to us, like not really fitting in with the rest. But then when you start kind of getting us all together, you realized, holy shit, there's a lot of us in this space. And so the best way to represent that is to bring us all together and make sure we're all celebrating ourselves and each other and building a community. And that's really what you've done with Cosplay Over 40. You've managed to build a community specifically of those people that maybe are getting kind of shunted to the side or feeling like they're outsiders. You've made us all feel like we have a place in the community. So thank you for the work that you've been doing. We're going to talk about it a lot more in the back half of the podcast when we get more into what you've done over the years, and we'll look at some of your work as well. But the Cosplay Over 40 community that you put together is extraordinary, and I love that I get to be a part of it.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. You're doing the Lord's work out here, Anna. That's for sure. So, yeah. Especially for dudes. Like, I'm not going to go off on some sort of a tangent the day after International Men's Day, but guy cosplayers are already very much in the minority. Old guy cosplayers are like, and even subgroup of that. You're talking about getting tossed out of a shoot because you weren't young and pretty. Trust me, when you're a dude, nobody wants to shoot you. And if the pictures get posted, you don't get any traction whatsoever. So the fact that, again, you're not being specific, you're catering to anybody over 40, again, is really, really rewarding. So yeah, good job, Anna. Good job.
I can't take all the credit. The husband helps with that too.
Yes.
And he sees the opposite, because as a cosplay photographer, whenever he goes to take a picture of a guy, he's like, "You want a picture of me?"
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a good.
It's a rare bird. Yeah.
Right. A photographer who calls himself a cosplay photographer should be shooting the cosplay, not the person in the cosplay.
Right. Yeah, but you'll notice that most of the, and you know what? No, not
save
it
for
grind
my gears later.
I'll grind my gears on that at some point.
Because
I have some thoughts and feelings for sure.
I think with that, we're just gonna move on, because otherwise, we don't want this guy to get going. So
wow,
it's time for the news.
It's the news, brought to you by the Lion, the Witch, and the audacity of this bitch saying that to me. My goodness gracious me. That's horrible. Guys, we're going to keep the news rather short and sweet. And I say that every single week, and then every single week we end up talking about everything that's coming out. So
that's okay. That's why people come and watch us, bud.
That's right.
Hear us talk shit
except
about
for that one person who's like, "Can you get through the news, please?"
Yeah, well, it wasn't one person; it was a couple. This is boring. Yeah, well, there's a little button over there that says off. You could do that. And I'm going to get everybody started with the off button, because we're going to start with Star Trek, because I know how much you all love Star Trek. Our viewer numbers just plummet. We talked about it before. So the Kelvin universe, so that's the Star Trek movies that starred Chris Pine and Zachary Quinto and Simon Pegg and all that, is officially and confirmed dead. So dead that they've already hired new directors who are also writing and producing the new Star Trek movie that's going to come out. These particular gentlemen worked on the Dungeons and Dragons movie, Honor Among Thieves, which didn't do terribly well in the theaters, but was a super fun movie if you've seen it.
It's actually a good movie.
It's pretty great, which oddly enough also has Chris Pine in it. But the new Star Trek movie will not. So they are hitting the big old reboot button. And I guess this is a particular key element for Paramount moving forward, that they want to make sure that they explore Star Trek on the big screen, as well as continuing on the little screen. But in particular, it is going to be a reboot. So much so that the directors they chose are also going to write and produce the new film as well. So everything's still in development, don't get me wrong, but at least they have some staff in place. So we're going to cross our fingers and hope that we're going to get some new Star Trek coming in the next couple of years up on the big screen. It's been a time, not since Star Trek Beyond, which I think was like 2015. I want to say
a while.
It's around there anyway. It's been a time. So and I love my TV Star Trek, but I definitely need some stuff on the big screen. As we try to do every week, I try to include at least one juicy rumor, because this guy loves clickbait rumors. So I got sent this one by our friend Christina. Tobey Maguire is set to reprise his role as Peter Parker Spider-Man in Doomsday. So again, that's a rumor only. None of that's been confirmed, not by Toby's people, not by the Marvel people, not by anybody, but that juicy rumor just come up.
What do you think that would look like? Do you think that would look like a non-speaking 3 second ish, 1 second appearance, or do you think that would be like a bigger role?
Yeah, I don't. That's a good question, because it's meant to be like the universes. What's the word I'm looking for? When the one universe collides with the other universe, what do they call that again?
Incursion.
Incursion. Yeah, because it's supposed to be incursions. I imagine you're going to see some stuff, kind of like you're saying, where it's going to be quick flashes through. But if you're getting Tobey Maguire to come back as Spider-Man, do you really want him on screen for 3 seconds? Like, don't you want a little more?
I don't know.
A lot.
You could be bringing back tons of people, right?
Yeah.
I think they can't make it an Avengers movie about Tobey Maguire's.
No, I don't think he's not going to be a key element like he was in No Way Home. But
there is rumors
is he
of all
literally just going to like walk by the camera and be like, "Hi, I'm Tobey Maguire," and then he's just at
well, there was
maybe
an Endgame where they brought back certain characters.
They
didn't even have speaking roles, right? But it was just
just for that ending scene.
Yeah,
I'm imagining the kind of check they're going to have to make out to Toby. They probably got to give him a little bit of something to do.
Maybe.
Again, by the way, guys, you're all excited. This is rumors. This is the one juicy rumor for the week. So none of that's confirmed. Nobody
There's been
official.
So many rumors of different variants of different characters that are going to be appearing in this movie and the next.
Yeah.
Like the rumor mill is on fire with rumors of variants and cameos and which I don't blame Marvel and Disney at all on this. They're gonna milk that to death.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Right? The cameos and
right?
like they're gonna milk that to death. And I don't blame them. And it's working so far. Are we going to get sick of it sooner than later? I don't know.
Think about the 2 most successful Phase 5 movies.
It's been that,
No Way Home and Deadpool and Wolverine, and both were cameo fests. So there's no way they're not going to try to jam as many people they can into Doomsday and Secret Wars just to get the numbers up, right? So but we'll see what happens. Moving right along, things are heating up with the Solo Ben Solo movie. Solo Ben Solo? Am I saying that right? Solo Ben Solo movie. Ever since a couple of weeks ago, Adam Driver let it slip that he and I believe it was Steven Soderbergh had put together a spec script for a Ben Solo movie. I'm going to keep saying it, and had submitted it. And Lucasfilm had been like, "Yes, we're going to make this." I think it was literally called like the Search for Ben Solo or Searching for Ben Solo, like that. Anyway, but then Disney killed it, and I'm not 100% sure why. But I guess now that that's been sort of that news is out there, I guess like fans have started campaigns for letter writing. I guess it's not letter writing anymore. What would it be now? Like online petitions or whatever to get this film made. And Adam Driver's not being real shy about it either. Like he's out there pounding the pavement on it too. I think he kind of wants to return to this role and get this film made. So do we want more Kylo Ben Solo? Do we want a Ben Solo movie? Is that something that the audience is after?
I would take a surprise one.
Yeah.
I mean, if there was one good character in, sorry, let me back up. If there was one character in the sequels that had potential, it was his character, even though I feel like they turned him into a joke. But anyway, that was the one character that I think had a chance of supporting those 3 movies. And they shit the bed on that. And I think that's a big reason why those movies shit the bed. Even though they made hundreds of billions, not hundreds of billions, but billions of dollars. Restore the Kylovers. I mean, listen,
much potential there, and so if they want to like try to redo it in a great way, I'm all aboard for it.
Well, to JS's point, they made a whole bunch of money, and and again, those movies are this current the contemporary generation's Star Wars, right? So and that character in particular had a huge impact on young people throughout. We're all old, so we all love the original trilogy, right? So it's not like the movies themselves, the sequels themselves, maybe didn't have a lot of appeal for us. But yeah, if you had to pick a really cool character out of the sequels, it's definitely Kylo.
I'll say this: Dave Filoni has always been very, very good at writing stories in between stories that really build the world around what you've seen on on screen already. So I'll give you an example is doing the whole Clone Wars series between episode 2 and episode 3. When I saw episode 3, I didn't like the movie. I didn't like how Hayden Christensen acted in the movie. I thought it was silly. I was like, oh, look at him trying to speak like James Earl Jones, and I'm like, this is so dumb. But over the different seasons of the Clone Wars, you actually gradually see that shift of him from Hayden Christensen to James Earl Jones. You see that progression in him, which then makes much more sense when you get to episode 3 in Order 66 and how he's a completely different character now. So Dave Filoni's fantastic at that stuff. So if they are somehow involving him in this and he is responsible for something like this, it maybe has a chance of doing more than just doing well. This could be one of those movies or show or whatever they're going to be doing.
Let's be fair. They're not doing anything because it was killed. Right.
Oh, fair enough.
That's
fair enough.
So it's
fair
just
enough.
Now there's this huge groundswell of support for it. Now that it's gotten out that they pitched it and Lucasfilm said yes and Disney said no. So whether or not that will ever come to pass, we will see.
Yeah, who knows?
I'm going to skip over the next part because we're going to leave that till last because I think that's the big news of the week. But the full trailer was released for Project Hail Mary.
Yes.
So if you're unfamiliar, Project Hail Mary is based on a book of the same name by an author named Andy Weir, who also happens to be the guy that wrote The Martian, that starred Matt Damon, and was directed by Ridley Scott. So the same guy wrote this book. Now, instead of Ridley Scott coming back to do the directing duties, it's Phil Lord and Chris Miller. If you don't know who they are, they're responsible for the Spider-Verse films, as well as Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs and a few others. So they have a very specific, the Lego movie. In fact, they were also the guys that shot Solo, a Star Wars movie, and got it about 90% done. And Disney was like, nah, and brought in Ron Howard, and they reshot almost the whole movie, and then it stunk. But regardless, the full trailer just dropped. It has Ryan Gosling and what's looking like very much mostly a solo performance. I don't know. The concept looks pretty cool. I'm willing to give it a shot. It looks like it's got some sci-fi, some fun stuff, and then some bigger sort of cataclysm. Like if the sun's dying, he has to go up and restart the sun, but then he gets up there and blacks out and wakes up and doesn't know who he is or where he is or what's going on. And yeah, so if you haven't seen the trailer, they didn't skimp on the budget on this one. So maybe go check out the trailer because it looks glorious. So we'll see if it's going to be any good or not. I suggest checking it out. Yeah,
the trailer looked amazing, especially this one that just came out.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. The second trailer is the full. Yeah, it looks beautiful. So
yeah, when the first trailer came out, I was a little
skeptical.
Like this seems silly to me, right? Like just another like cheap comedy, blah blah blah, right?
Yep.
But now the second trailer's out, and this looks very big budget.
Yeah. They spent some money.
The actual basis of the story
seems kind of cool.
That we've seen it now in this new trailer. Actually, I'm really digging where they're going with this. So if you haven't seen the trailer for Hail Mary, guys, go see it. Project Hail Mary. It looks pretty damn good.
I'm going to insert this one really quickly. Christina dropping this in. I did see this. I think it was yesterday or today. Sadie Sink is confirmed to be in an unknown role for Doomsday. So Sadie Sink is Max on Stranger Things. She is going to appear in Spider-Man Brand New Day as whatever character she's going to carry over as into Doomsday. So it still hasn't been released what character she's portraying. I think because they don't want to spoil it for Brand New Day. But now whatever that character is, obviously she lives in Brand New Day because she's going to appear in Doomsday. I guess it could be a variant, but we're not going to get into all that. So very, very cool. Do like Sadie Sink. Twisted Metal. Where are my Twisted Metal fans out there? I haven't watched a single minute of this, but it looks like all kinds of fun. It's getting a third season. So is the second season already out?
It is.
It is. Okay. And was it just as good as the first season? Like, did it live up to? Yeah. Okay. Well, apparently it was good enough that it's getting a third season. So for all my Twisted Metal people out there, you're in luck. By the way, I'm just going to insert this really quickly too, because I just saw this drop. Some other shows, they have renewed House of the Dragon officially for a fourth season. This is before the third season has dropped. The fourth season is meant to come out in 2028. And weirdly enough, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, which is the other Game of Thrones spinoff, is already approved, getting a second season to air in 2027, even though the first season hasn't even dropped yet.
We haven't even seen a single episode of an original show, an original property in this franchise.
Right.
And they're renewing it for a second season?
First season of A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms will arrive in January, and then we are already getting a officially renewed by HBO in it was a call on Thursday, so today. It is getting a second season in 2027. House of the Dragon season 3 will air this summer, and then it will get its fourth season in 2028. And then Lanterns, by the way, is also coming out in the summer. So
Game of Thrones, like the new Star Trek, like are they just gonna spawn shows every couple years? And
if people keep watching it, yeah. I mean,
our throne will still be relevant for a few years.
Don't shit on this. We got to get people to the throne.
You can come see the throne next year.
Keep cranking that shit out.
Yeah, fair enough.
Finally, guys, the big news this week for a lot of people. I will admit I am not among them, but for those of you that were fans, a new show is coming to Amazon Prime, Stargate.
Mm-hmm.
So there's going to be a new Stargate show. The showrunner is the guy that wrote and produced all 3 seasons of the original shows. So it's a SG-1 Atlantis
and Universe. Yeah.
Universe, right. So, and I think there were like 10 seasons of SG-1. There's a lot of SG-1.
I think there might have been more than that. And they also had 3 or 4 TV movies. And obviously there was the original movie that launched the whole thing.
Yeah, I love the OG movie.
SG-1 was massive.
Yeah. Well, there's going to be a show. And so it's going to, now I saw somebody talking about how it was going to continue the story, like it's not like a full reboot.
Yeah, so this is a soft reboot. So the 3 producers did a chat with like Gateverse or whatever that channel is.
Sure.
And it's in the same universe as the original Stargate shows. Mm-hmm. All the shows so far have all been within that same universe. But it's its own new thing. So you'll be able to watch this coming from nothing and still be able to enjoy it because it's its own new thing, but it's still going to be within the world of the original Stargate.
Yeah, that's what Wayne's saying there. The Creators of Stargate is confirmed. There will be a new SG series. This is not a reboot.
Yeah. Well, it's a soft reboot,
a
right?
side boot, one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. A requel, some kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
What'd you call
me? Cool,
man.
Yeah, you heard me. And apparently, The Mighty Nine premiered this week, says Keith L. Yeah. That's cool.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I didn't know that. I'm going to have to watch that.
It actually premiered a couple days before on YouTube, so you could watch the first episode on YouTube, which I did.
Very good. Is it good?
And we watched the second episode last night. It's fantastic, man. You're going to love it.
How does it compare? How does it compare to Vox Machina?
I mean, we're only on the second episode, right? So it's hard to really say, but it's same kind of idea, right?
Good.
You're going to like it for sure.
Awesome.
Check it out.
Guys, that is the news. If you've got news items that you think we should be reading out here on the Geek Boutique every week on Thursday at 7:00, please send those news items to me and make sure they are fair and equitably sourced, and we'll be happy to. But if you do have one really juicy rumor about Hollywood stuff, about geek stuff, not about us, I don't want to hear any of that, but about Hollywood stuff, throw that off to me too, and I'll try to pick one juicy rumor every week to get here on the podcast. But thanks everybody for joining us for the news. Rob,
you know
what's going on in the community?
Are we going straight into that, or are we gonna community news? What the fuck? Do we have a new intro?
What is that?
Hold on, do that again.
Don't do that again. Don't do that again. Don't do that. That's
community news.
Why is he in it now?
It's like making fun of me for it.
You can thank Silky for that.
Oh
boy.
Oh, Silky. There's so much more you can be doing.
Man alive.
By the way, before we go into the actual community news, I'm sorry, Rob, and while we're talking about Silky, she has spent a lot of time going through all of our podcasts and created a bunch of shorts. So I've been publishing shorts all week, and for the next couple of weeks, there's going to be a lot of shorts coming on YouTube. So, if you find yourself dead, what do you call that? Dead scrolling?
Doom scrolling?
Doom scrolling. Thank you. Yeah. If you find yourself doom scrolling YouTube and you fall on a Geeks and Co. little tidbit, watch through it. Give us a support. Give us a thumbs up.
Hashtag restore the OG community news audio. I agree, Megan. I agree.
Although this was a fun surprise, yeah.
It was a fun surprise. Yeah.
Definitely check out our shorts on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So community news, we're gonna go straight into that, eh? So I think the big community news for this week.
So going right into that,
Going
Yep,
right
sure
into
are,
it
buddy.
after a 5
You
minute
got
intro.
it, absolutely.
Toronto Game Expo. Me and this guy up here are gonna be there, not this guy. This guy.
This guy will not be there.
Yeah, we're gonna be there. We are going to have a booth there. We're just gonna keep it low profile this time around. We will have some fun games though. We're gonna play. I dug my Wii out, blew the dust off. We're gonna play some Guitar Hero.
Sweet.
We're gonna do some Wii play with the duck hunt, the shooting. Which,
perfect.
I mean, I challenge anybody who wants to come by and challenge me. I dare you.
Yeah, you've been practicing for the last 2 weeks, you jerk.
Yeah, I've been.
We used to play this in his garage. For hours, we would play this duck hunt game, and we became so good at it. We were like doing scores. Oh yeah. And now this guy's been practicing for the last 2 or 3 weeks, so he's going to be just destroying everybody.
Destroying 12-year-olds at a game.
Oh yeah.
Good job, buddy. Good
Throwing
job.
remotes down and
Make sure you get the video of that, by the way.
We are going to be totally filming all of what we're going to do.
Yeah.
We are going to, we're going to be doing some interviews. Definitely want people to come by and chat with us. We're going to be asking some silly questions and filming some content. So
we're going to be doing our own version of
Between Two Ferns.
Yeah. Find not a catchier, but something that makes more sense, right? We're going to be between two palm trees, technically, but that doesn't sound quite as right. But
yeah, and so come down this weekend, check us out. The only other thing I want to call out for community news before we move on to talking to Anna, our guest, is the Geeky Gifts Holiday Market on November 30th at Centennial Hall in London. Jeff was talking about that earlier. Always a good time.
The other one is this weekend.
Correct.
Where's the other one again?
Brantford.
The Brantford one is this weekend as well.
So the guys that are running Brantford Comic-Con are doing their Geeky Holiday Market on the 22nd, and then the one in London is going to be on the 30th. So this Saturday and then next Sunday is what you're talking about. So there's going to be a multiverse of Santa Clauses at the London one. So you might see a whole bunch of different weird Santas, including yours truly. So come on out and sit on Santa's lap and tell him what you want for Christmas. So
is it the Brantford one that you're doing the?
No, I'm not going to Brantford. Are you kidding me? No way.
Okay.
No. I'll be in London. So yeah, no, it'll be a good time. Just for a couple hours. So and again, it's a small show, guys. It's not a big show. So don't come from hell and high water to come to the show. But if you are in town, spend the $10, come on in, and they usually have some really cool vendors with some really unique stuff at these particular shows. Jake, who runs London Comic-Con, is the one that cultivates the vendors for this, and he's very good at getting it's not just a bunch of Funko Pop ones and some stickers, right? He's good at cultivating some unique vendors and makers.
Fantastic at that.
Curates. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for.
Curates.
Yeah, I kept on saying cultivates, like he's growing them in his backyard.
No, he's not.
He curates.
I mean, he does a little bit of that too, but he's
I'm sure he does. But yeah, curating.
To make sure you get a little bit of everything. And I like calling out the London, knowing we have a lot of viewers from the London area. I like to call it the London events.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
But yeah, that's all we're going to talk about this week for the community news.
Well,
community news is over. We got to work on that.
These graphics are awesome.
Why did you wait until we had a guest before you started laying all this terribleness out? Poor Anna's getting subjected.
We should have saved this for is over.
Oh, yeah.
Horrible.
She uploaded so much stuff this week, man.
Oh God.
Now I have an outro.
I'm gonna have
an intro and an outro.
I'm telling you, you should go check out some of these shorts.
The outro now. That's not cool. Why does he get an intro and an outro? I only get an intro. That's not cool. Wow,
They're gonna go home.
Over.
I'm gonna sing.
It's gonna be in your head now.
Did it. Community news.
We've got a bunch of people in the chat tonight that we haven't even really acknowledged yet. We got Keith in the chat, Midlife Cosplay, Sticky Ricky Bakari in the chat,
Ricky,
Boomster Joe, Jennifer's in the chat, which is surprising. I thought she was at a meeting.
Wayne's there.
Paul Neal, Wayne's there, Nada's there, Christina's there, Andrew's there, Michael
Icon, yeah.
Michael is there.
Yep.
Steph
from One Room Glassworks just joined us. Hey,
Steph
gang.
Is there.
House of Board Games. That's cool.
Paul from Zapper. What do you mean putting out? What does that mean? You like throwing out a bunch of board games? Don't throw out board games. That's blasphemy in this house.
Just says clearing out. It doesn't say throwing out. It says clearing out.
Oh, clearing out. Well, I don't know what that means, but Megan is in the chat.
Jamie, my nemesis.
Oh, Jamie's in the chat. There you go.
Yeah. She needs the song. She needs her new alarm tone or door to door. Yeah. I don't know who's secretly Batgirl is. Oh, secretly Batgirl. That's Tiffany. There's Tiffany. How you doing? What's going on?
Yeah, it's weird that we're not getting people's names.
I know, it's bizarro.
Yeah, it's very weird. I don't know what the heck is going on. Toxic Fox is there. Yeah. What's up, everybody?
This is our romper room segment, Anna.
Marcy is here. Yeah, so there's a bunch of people in the chat. Thanks for joining us.
Hola,
Anna.
Toxic Fox.
Anna, what are you doing here with these nerds?
Beats folding laundry.
It's true. It's true. We got a chance to meet and interact with Anna at London Comic Con. Our good
I didn't.
Keith L. You didn't. Yeah, you skipped out on London Comic Con. I don't remember why. There's something going on.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, get out the violin, play him a sad dirge for not being there with us. But we got a chance to chat briefly. She came over and got some pics on the throne. And while she was there, I accosted her and was basically like, hey, you run Cosplay Over 40. That's a really cool channel. We would love to talk to you about that and you and your stuff as far as cosplay goes on the podcast. Would you be willing to do that? And she said, ew, get away from me. And I was like, no, wait. So then I had Rob go over and talk to her, and she's like, yeah, sure, I'll get on the podcast. So I think he might have done that community news intro, and that got her. That was the hook there. So
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you looked less of a bad guy once I showed up. Okay, we'll talk to you.
It's the 1-2. We good cop, bad cop her, basically, and it seemed to work because here she is, clearly against her will. I promise you, she decided to come on. She's not being held against her will. She's fine. She's good. And how long have you been actually cosplaying at this point? Like, we'll get to the over 40 stuff in a bit, but how long have you been in the game?
Ooh. Well, actively, I started up again in 2002, so 23 years.
Wow.
But I actually started in high school, so 23 plus years.
So the opportunities, because I saw you were kind of geeking out a little bit when we started talking about Star Trek stuff. So when we're talking that long ago, there weren't that many opportunities, and when they were, it was almost exclusive. So did you hit the Star Trek convention circuit at all? Was that something that
Star Trek was my very, very first cosplay?
She can come back anytime she wants, by the way.
Anytime
she wants.
There you go.
Back. Yeah.
And I still am I just got the blue lab coat so I can properly do Beverly Crusher. So still building cosplays for Star Trek. Star Trek, huge love.
Same.
I used to have like the ring from Jostens to show that was Star Trek, to like show in a kind of subtle way that I'm a Trekker, but the whole thing fell apart, and that was that.
Still, so that's how you got started. Star Trek was the in for you, and the Star Trek conventions. Yes.
Oh gosh, I was about 15 years old, and a friend of mine was also a Star Trek nerd, because we didn't call it cosplaying; we just called it being a nerd.
Yep.
And we took our scrounged allowances and went to this non-existent now department store, and he bought a blue shirt. I bought a yellow shirt. We bought some black magic markers, and we colored in the collars and drew terrible deltas on our chests. We had black pants, and then we took the rest of our money and hopped on a bus and went to New York City because there was a Star Trek event going on. And we ended up doing what is now called ghosting, because we used all our money on the shirts, the markers, and the bus fare and couldn't get in.
Nice. We call that lobby conning up here. So. Yeah. So you don't actually go into the con; you just hang out at the lobby and experience the stuff. Yeah.
So Yeah, but yeah, that was how I got my start.
But that's all there was. Like, I was doing Star Trek conventions. I was working as a dealer back in those days. I was selling computer software back in like the early to mid 90s. And that was it, man. Like there was nowhere Comic Cons. I think San Diego might have been going on at that point, but only just a bunch of Star Trek guys would come in and you would, by the way.
Yeah, there were Star Trek cons.
You would pay for the autograph, which would be like, I don't know, $10, $15 maybe. And you'd get the 8x7 glossy photo with it. Think about what you're paying for autographs now.
Right.
Back in my day,
right.
You would just buy the autograph, which would be always it was never more than like $30, and they would give you the picture as part and parcel of getting the autograph and such. So I have a whole bunch of glossy photos.
Now they want to charge you $400 for the autograph, and you still have to pay $15 for the picture.
Yeah, it's wild.
Right, and then wait online forever to see whoever is up there. Like I don't even want to get into how long I waited to see Shatner. But but I had the opportunity to come full circle with my New York experience, because last year I was actually invited to the debut of the premiere of the final season of Discovery in New York.
Nice.
So I got to fly out to New York, and I was dressed as Jadzia Dax, which I'm sure TSA appreciated greatly.
I'm sure.
And it was just like coming home, because that's how I started, was going to New York, and hopefully I'll be able to go out again. I was invited for Section 31, but I was on vacation, and I was like, well, can we postpone vacation? And the family didn't really think that was a good idea. So.
And is that what prompted you to come back in 2002? Was it just now that comic conventions were starting to be a thing in 2002, or was there something else that kind of prompted you to get back in the game then?
I got married to someone who appreciated my love of cosplaying.
So he encouraged it as far as that goes.
In a way, because my birthday is Halloween, so it's kind of always a huge thing to have costumes for some reason or another. And when I stopped cosplaying after college, it was because, job, career, family, and then boop, divorce, bye. And met this wonderful new guy, and he loved photography. I loved cosplay. Hey, okay, that's all we need.
Yep.
Okay, well, more than that, but still. So I just restarted doing it again, and there was so much more now, because it's not just Star Trek. It's like, all the anime is out there, and classic TV and movies and books, and wow. So yeah, I kind of went a little kooky.
and it's been nonstop since 2002.
Pretty much.
Now I'm seeing a bunch of like ribbons and trophies in the back. Is this the cosplay room? Have you competed? Are those yours?
The big tall trophies, if you can see them over my pile of Christmas things that I'm supposed to. So yes, those are for cosplay.
Nice.
The ribbons, those are actually for chickens and rabbits and homemaking.
Nice.
I might
so just all the awards are in one space there. Yeah, that's
there's
good.
triathlon, there's cosplay, there's all sorts of stuff up there.
But you have done some cosplay competitions then. You're saying you got into that.
Yes.
So what did that look like? And is that still something that you explore, or now are you more into it for the love of the game?
Actually, I've kind of graduated. I am actually the cosplay director for Motor City Comic Con, which is Michigan's largest Comic Con, which was this past weekend. And I am the one now that gets the judges and does the prejudging and hosts the whole thing on stage.
Right.
Nice.
So you just evolved now. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I do what I can to help the community. And when I can, I do compete. This year was not a competition year for me. I have lots of projects that I started and could not define which was the one to finish. So,
most cosplay story ever.
Yeah.
Right. It was like, and this Sunday I was like, okay, I've got one last event this Saturday, and today is the deadline for registering, and there's no way I'm going to finish selling anything. So, well, never mind. Aim for the January WinterCon. But yes, I do love competition, because it challenges me as to how many new techniques I can introduce and master it to a point that I can get judged instead of go, see what she did for her hems. But it's also fun because I get to meet new people. And when I'm the one in charge of something, I like to be able to, I guess, shepherd, help people along in their way, give them as much advice. I end up mentoring a lot of local cosplayers for that. And I have no problem with that. It's lots of fun.
What's the January WinterCon?
There's a con in Ann Arbor called IssueCon, and it is in its 3rd year, and it's an anime con. And the first year I was the cosplay host, and last year I represented another con in their con swap area, and this year I'm going for myself.
Nice.
So you're big on the anime side thing too, because I think a lot of what I've seen you do is superhero related. But I've anytime I see something, a post of yours, and I don't recognize it, I'm like, oh, that must be some anime stuff. So
I would say that most of my stuff is equal parts superhero, villain, and anime.
Right.
I can't say one is more than the other because I love it all. And I mean, I throw in classic TV and comic books when I can, and the odd book from literature character every now and then. But
so 23 years you've been doing it solidly now. What Anna, what's the motivation at this point now? Like it can't be the same as it was 23 years ago. Like our reasons for doing this evolve over time. I've only been doing this for 10 or 11 years, and my reasons have evolved dramatically over the course of, I can't imagine over 23 years. What keeps you going when you get up in the morning? Like, I want to cosplay again today. What is that piece?
It's lots of fun. It's one of my preferred hobbies, and it's a lot more accessible to me than scuba diving is, because scuba diving in Michigan is really not the best hobby.
No, but, I don't think so.
No, it's either I can't see within 3 feet of my face.
Yeah, Lake Michigan is not a place to go scuba diving. No. That is a cold ass lake.
I just like the challenge of trying to cosplay a character and be as canon as possible and bring that character to life. It's just lots of fun. It's such a challenge to see how I can evolve my own skills creatively. I'll give you an example. I have always wanted to do Blackest Night Wonder Woman or Black Lantern Wonder Woman.
Hell yeah.
And I have a folder on my Dropbox that is full of images of cosplays that I want to do. And I just looked at that and I was like, one of these days I'm going to do it. One of these days I'm going to do it. And I looked at it this fall and I was like, you know what? I actually have the skills to actually make that cosplay now. And that was the cosplay that I made the decision that I could not do it in justice in 1 week. So she's being saved for next year.
Hey, it's cool. I loved Blackest Night. I'm a huge Jeff Johns fan. We actually got to interview Jeff Johns a couple of years ago, and I basically just fanboyed at him for 10 minutes. So that guy has a direct line to my soul when it comes to his writing and shit. So, and Blackest Night may be his crowning achievement as far as his work at DC goes. So yeah, very cool.
And my new skill is I've finally learned how to make my own STL files. And so
cool.
I started small, and I did the axe. So, because I mean, she's nothing without her axe as Blackest Night Wonder Woman, because that was her main weapon there, especially when she fights Mira and all that. But I have done ovals. I got a lot of coaching from the makerspace in town, and this was my first actual STL file that had actually some substance to it. So I am very excited about that. So that's currently being printed up slowly.
So even after all this time, you're still developing new skills and trying to find new ways to create. How many cosplays do you think you've done over the course of the 23 plus years? Do you have a number?
I have a spreadsheet for that.
Oh,
really?
I have a spreadsheet for everything.
Of course.
I could have told you the exact number if I hadn't chucked my phone towards the bedroom when it rang before.
Give us an estimate.
I know I'm past 300.
Wow. Now, you don't have 300 costumes there, obviously, right?
Oh, yes, I do.
You have them all?
The bins behind you.
Those are the bins.
Yeah, are those all an individual costume?
Those are, some hold more. Like I have 3 bins for all my She-Hulks. I have 3 bins for all my Harleys. I have 3 bins for all my Wonder Women. My closet is also half clothing and half cosplay. And there's a closet that's downstairs. And if I could show you the bedroom, you will see all these bins that are now littering the entire bedroom because I ran out of room.
That's, again, the most cosplay story ever.
The 300 does not count the ones that I've retired that I'm not planning on doing anymore. And it doesn't count the Christmas ones that I also do. So.
Yeah, I mean, at one point when you've been cosplaying for that long and you have that many cosplays, there's got to be cosplays that you just don't wear anymore, right?
Right.
You just get rid of or retire, like you say. I mean, what do you do? Do you get rid of them? Do you pass them on? Do you repurpose them? Or
I do repurpose some. For example, I got a new wig for Power Girl, so I took the old Power Girl wig and I turned it to my Cat Noir wig, which I debuted this past weekend. Anything that I can reuse, I will reuse, because why waste something, right? But I also have a bin of things that I hope to sell eventually someday when I actually have the time to do my website. But it's like, I don't have the time to do my website. I'm too busy crafting and dealing with cosplay over 40. So eventually.
How do you, so 300 costs, how do you decide from con to con, appearance to appearance, what you're going to wear that particular
Oh my
day or
goodness.
event? So you just like, do you have like some random number generator, like 87, it's you today? And
always something new. That's why there's 300.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Always something new. Like this past weekend, I debuted Giganta at a con, and I debuted Cat Noir Ever. And it's the first time I wore Frozen 2 Anna to a con. I'd worn that particular Wonder Woman. I wore what I call comic book Wonder Woman because it's all colored like the cells with like the blue wig and but I'd worn her before, but I was requested to wear that again, so I did. I tried to wear at least something new. Like 2 weeks ago, went to Youmacon, which is the state's largest anime con, and I debuted Seiko Ayase from Dandadan in that one, as well as Ikumi Mito from Food Wars debuted that one too.
I'm sorry.
And I guess
you're speaking a lot of words I don't understand right now.
I debuted Mira from K-pop Demon Hunters that weekend also.
Sure, absolutely. Everything that you just said makes perfect sense.
So,
I know what all of those things are.
But I do have cosplays. Oh, good gravy. I guess I did not turn on mute for my mother.
That's all right.
Just ignore.
It's good.
But I try to wear them at least a couple of times. I'm not the kind of person who does just one time and then toss it. I was really shocked when I saw on Threads recently, people were talking about only wearing cosplays once. And I'm like, why? You put so much work into building something. Why only wear it once? So,
yeah, I try not to judge people for whatever I don't want to yuck their yum. Like if that's what they're into, then that's cool. But yeah, it does seem like a lot of work for you to be like putting in all this work and I wore it once. And that
just
was it.
A little bit of expense that goes into it too.
Yeah, just a wee bit.
Just a little. But yeah, no, I've been told it's an addiction, and if that's, well, I call it an enthusiastic hobby.
Yeah,
that's an addiction. I have a problem. I get it.
Yes. Yeah. I have actually one of my judges this past weekend was I Have a Problem. That's his cosplay name.
Yep.
There you go.
Boomster Joe coming up with a question here for Anna. For anyone starting cosplay in their 40s or beyond, what advice do you find yourself repeating the most?
Do not be afraid of what other people think, because sadly, there's a lot of gatekeeping of
everything.
Yeah,
pretty much everything.
Sure. Yep.
You can't be afraid of what other people think. If this is something that you want to try and you have a passion for a fandom or a character, then you can't let anyone stop you. And I really think it's silly that people think that that people who are 40 or older, they don't have fandoms anymore. They don't like things, so they shouldn't be cosplaying. I had someone once ask me publicly on Instagram, it's like, sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but what would you possibly know about Pokemon? And I'm like, well, gosh, who do you think started playing the game when it came out?
Let me add on to that too, by the way. Also, find your people.
Yes.
Find your community. Find those like you. That doesn't mean you only exclusively hang out with the olds, but find other like-minded individuals that are in that same kind of like what you're seeing here on the screen, kind of like most of the people that I hang out with cosplay with. When you find your people and you can share that passion amongst yourselves and you're all able to talk about the same TV shows you watch when you're kids and get excited about them, find your people and find your community. It's going to get you into the community a lot easier and a lot better. But yeah,
I like hard.
You can go to Google and like type in your town and put like Star Trek group and poof, suddenly you know where all the Trekkies are.
Yeah. No, but I like the don't worry about what other people think, right? Don't listen to the jibber jabber. As long as you're not hurting anybody, don't let the cosplay police tell you what you can do.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep.
Our boy midlife cosplay here, who we affectionately call Sticky Ricky now, which he's going to strangle me for. I love my cosplays that I built, so I love to wear them often. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's whatever's worked for you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Zappit saying the same thing. Me too. I have them on display 100% of the time in my house too. Yeah, be proud of what you've made. I don't make anything anymore. I pay other people to make it for me because I don't have time anymore, but I got a little bit of money. So I would rather spend the money instead of spending the time. Because, of course, for me, once the time gone, it's gone. But that leads into you starting Cosplay Over 40. Tell us how that came about, Anna. What that passion that you had, and then watching that community grow like you've grown it. What's that been like for you?
Oh, I love the Cosplay Over 40 community. They are wonderful. I view them not just as other cosplayers, they're friends, they're family. They're actually a part of my daily life because I talk to people that I know through Cosplay Over 40 every single day. And it's just been wonderful to see people find a home online with us. People who were just worried about how they'd be received because of their age cosplaying. And it's lovely to see people finally relax and say, hey, I actually fit in with these people. We have common likes. And I love seeing people who have met on Cosplay Over 40 actually get together physically and go to cons together or travel to meet each other. Like me coming up to London, which was something that I've been wanting to do for years. And I was fortunate enough to have Keith encourage me to do so and then host me while I was there, which was wonderful. And meeting people like yourself, I was just like, wow, now I have the actual people that go with the names.
That's
It's just lovely. And to a point, a week does not go by that I don't get a direct message or an email from someone who thanks me and my husband, because I can't leave him out. He is also Cosplay Over 40, for actually having a place for them. And then I hear all the sad, horrible things that have happened to them at cons that have almost made them quit. This past weekend, I had someone come up to me and thank me profusely for getting them reinterested in cosplaying because she felt she had been too old and she wasn't feeling really welcomed by the local community until she saw me cosplaying at another con and actually asked a vendor, who is that? And they followed her link to me and found me that way. And now she is part of the group. And I'm thrilled to have her there. So I welcome anyone. I happily talk to anyone. I will encourage anyone. And it doesn't matter if they're 40, 50, 60, 70. We have people who are approaching 80, and I sure hope they keep submitting their photos because I don't care how old you guys are as long as you have a passion for what you're doing.
Did you think it was going to kind of blow up like this? Like, did you think you were going to get to a point where you would end up creating this giant community of over 40 cosplayers? I think that's the goal for anybody trying to start a community, but man alive, did this take off and get big in a hurry. Did you anticipate that? And how do you manage that with all the different people in the community that you're like, you'll message me on my account like, hey, it's been 6 months since you submitted a picture. You're up in the rotation again. If you want to submit something, go ahead. How do you keep all of that straight?
There's those spreadsheets again. I have spreadsheets for everything.
Did you think it was going to look like this though, Anna? Did you think it was going to take off like this?
To be honest, no. When we started it, it was pretty much out of anger. I was so mad that we were just being overlooked by photographers at cons and just kind of being given the brush off by other cosplayers. And I hope that that's really not the case for everyone, but that was what really inspired me to start Cosplay Over 40. And I was just like, where am I going to find people to showcase? And so I went to all my friends who were local, and I was like, can you please send me your photo? Can I please share your photo? And I connected with one cosplayer named Beth Cosplay out in California. And then she connected me with a bunch of others. And after that, requests started rolling in and people started sending me their photos. And it's like, oh gosh, I've got to organize this, which is why I created the form of who you are, what cosplay it is, where your sources, who your photographer. So it's always the same for everyone and no one is put specially above other one. We all present the same information for each person. And that helped me organize that a little more. And then when it really took off, I was like, oh gosh, we need to do this by form because I am losing people just through DM.
Right.
And it's still growing. We have people on all 6 populated continents. I'm still trying to find a way to reach McMurdo Station in Antarctica and have them dress up for Halloween or something so I can claim the 7th. International Space Station, I'll get to you one day.
Absolutely, yeah. Get to it soon though, because it's not going to be up there very much longer. So
Yeah, right.
how so people know, because we do have, our community tends to trend a little bit older too, because of course we're a little bit older as well. How can people get featured on Cosplay Over 40, Anna?
Oh, okay. If you go to Cosplay Over 40 on Instagram, make sure it is at Cosplay Over 40. Right in my bio there is a link to submit to a submission form where you can submit your photos. And if you're not sure how to do that, in the highlight section, there is a big "Be Featured" that explains everything ad nauseum, because I don't know how to shut up, so it goes on for a little bit.
You fit right in. Don't worry, we're good with that. Yeah, we don't have to shut up either, so it's all good. And then you, like I said,
I just want to go back to that. You said in your bio, there's the link to your link tree.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in there is submissions form.
Oh, Cosplay Over 40. Duh, it's the second link.
Yeah.
Here. I was like, where is it? Why can't I see it?
That's why he's
literally
in charge.
He's
right
over
there.
40. Yeah.
He's clearly over 40.
It's literally
Everybody squatting on Cosplay Over 50.
literally the second link over here.
Uh-huh.
So go to the link tree right in her bio profile.
Cosplay Over 40 feature submissions. Yep. And then it's literally a form, who you are, cosplay goal, like what you're working on, what cosplay means to you, the picture, who took it, you're at, that type of thing. And then when she has a chance to put you in, you go into the rotation. And then once you're in the rotation, you don't have to submit the form anymore. Somehow she's got it all figured out where she'll message you when it's your turn in the rotation. And then I'll promptly forget to send her a picture when it's my turn. And then it'll be like 6 months later, I'll be like, did I send that off to Anna? I better send her a picture. So,
or people like, I don't remember what I submitted. So I'll go back. It's like, okay, you submitted this. And like, oh, thanks. And I'm like, yeah, that's just me and my endless spreadsheets.
Yeah. I think the first one I submitted to you was the comedian. And I think when I submitted the picture, what I got back from you was, what is this and what's it from?
Right. But now I know.
Now you know. Yeah.
Because I learned so much about other fandoms through Cosplay Over 40. It's really funny, as we recently had our very first Has Been Hotel cosplay, and I have never watched the show.
Right.
But for a con at which I was on the executive board, I brought in the storyboard artist for Has Been Hotel and all the Helliverse. And through them, I learned a little bit more about what I had featured. And long story short is a friend of mine invited me to the Has Been Hotel meetup at YomaCon. The host didn't show up. I ended up running it. And I knew all the characters because of cosplay.
That's hilarious. Now, so you've never watched it, but are there properties or franchises that you really didn't know about that you found out through cosplays that you did become a fan of, that you're into now and you're cosplaying and you're watching, or a game, or is there that franchise that really,
many games, video games, definitely, because I'm of the old school of Mario Party and Wii Fit, and Pikmin is kind of like my speed there in Super Smash Bros. But I have a friend, Yara, who is Paradox Cosplay, and she reached out to me. She's like, "We're doing Silent Hill, and I want you to be one of the nurses." And I'm like, "What the heck is that?" and that's how I became a Silent Hill nurse, and now I know Pyramid Head and all the whole lore about Silent Hill.
Yeah.
I don't even remember how I ended up doing something from Danganronpa, but I saw it through Cosplay Over 40, and boof, then I decided to cosplay from there. And
I'm going to guess that's an anime?
It's a video game.
Oh.
There's a lot out there. It's like, wow.
Well, those two crowds are very enmeshed. I find the video game crowd and the anime crowd are very much,
I have to admit that I poach a lot of my kids' things, and they're like, "Mom, why did you do that? Now I can't watch that anymore." It's like,
tell them you had to do it because it's very 6'7". Apparently, that's the new thing.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So
once you start using it,
mean.
So apparently,
or how would you use it in what context?
No, it's meant to be cool. So apparently, it's from a rap song of some kind. And I'm saying like you guys are into hip hop and I'm not, so I'm saying rap song. Your eye probably starts to twitch. But in the song, I have no idea what song or the artist. They're talking about a basketball player that's really good, and he's 6'7". So suddenly 6'7" ended up being like an analogy.
Means it's real good
for good, yeah, for something that's good, right? Because there weren't enough words to describe something good, and now that's
So just yesterday, I'm talking to one of my 16-year-olds, and I was saying something benign. I was like, "Yeah, we're gonna go to the store. We're gonna get like 6 or 7 of these things." And he looks at me. He goes, 6'7". And I'm like, "Fuck off."
No, you start using it in the exact same way. Trust me, they'll stop.
Right?
So,
that's a good point.
That's the key. Get some real boomer shit going on there. You'd be fine.
All here is
wait till those 6'7" have to work 9 to 5. Yeah. No, I always tell people 6'7" is the last year of the Leafs won the Stanley Cup. That's how I look at it. So.
And final year.
That's right, exactly. And it is 300 cosplays is ridiculous, but we always talk to cosplayers and we always ask certain questions. And one of them is there, you mentioned Black Lantern, Wonder Woman. Is there what's the white whale? What if time and money were not a factor and you could just wave a magic wand and have your dream cosplay in front of you? What is that dream cosplay? And I get after 23 years and 300 costumes, that must be just a loaded question, but there's got to be one or two at least.
Well, as it so happens, I have a spreadsheet for that.
You and our friend Megan need to talk because she's the same way, man. She's got a list for everything. But yeah, hit me. What are some of the dream projects?
It's a spreadsheet. It currently has 72 cosplays that I hope to do or am already doing or is in some stage of progress. And it's all color coded, which the ones I'm working now, the ones that'll come next, the ones that are maybe next year, maybe the year after. And then, wow, I'd like to do this. And the golden ones at the bottom are someday I really would like to be able to do those if I have the skill.
Okay, what's on that
list? Hit me with a couple of the gold ones.
There's a fantasy series called Dragonlance.
Yes, very familiar.
Years ago.
Yes.
And Gold Moon and Laura Lantalasa are both on that list.
Yes, very cool
characters.
Yes.
I would like to do just Gold Moon in her barbarian garb, and I want to do Laura Lantalasa in her beaten armor.
Very cool.
And I've got images from all of that because Dragonlance is a huge passion of mine. Still is. Have all the books,
I was a Sturm guy all day long.
Sturm.
Yeah.
Sturm. No, Raceland was mine.
Everybody loved Raceland, and then they had the subsequent book series that had Raceland and Cameron starring in it and everything else too. So yeah, I was a big Dragonlance guy back in the day.
And there were role-playing books too that turned to this page. Oh, I just loved those.
100%.
We have a cosplayer, Cosplay Over 40, who is actually doing Raceland, so he's going to shoot me those pictures when they're done. And I was like,
that's cool.
Wow.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Okay, so those two. Sorceress from He-Man was in the gold, but now that I know how to do feathers and wings, she's going to be bopping up to another color on that spreadsheet. But one that is definitely going to be on there a while is the Queen from Wizard's Chest in Harry Potter.
Oh, like the fully armored
the
from
one
Philosopher's Stone.
Yes. I would love to cosplay that.
Like all aged out like that too, like all like distressed
with the sword.
And the hands clap. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's very, very cool. That would be wild.
But my foam skills are currently so that one's going to be on there for a while.
Yeah. But it's nice to have those, right? And I like your philosophy more so. Like for me, a lot of the time it's like, well, I'll never be able to do this, but it would be really cool. But you're like, no. Someday I'm going to develop the skills, or I'm going to and then you've got it color coded to a point where like, I'm going to move this into the gold now because now I can work with feathers. Now that's going to get them up to here.
Yeah.
I'm going to join the other 78 costumes that I'm currently got in progress in some way, shape, or form. Now, of the 300, is there a personal favorite? And I know it's like picking a favorite kid, but is there one that really like when you think about it, you're like, yeah, that's one I keep going back to. That's one I think about a lot. That's one that gets a great response. Is there one that you have that's a favorite?
Oh, great response doesn't have anything to do with it. It's all, do I like the character?
No, that's fair. Yeah, whatever makes it special or important. Oh my gosh, people have different reasons why, right?
If I went with great response, I could tell you right now there are three. There are three. I can count. 3 that my prints sell out all the time when I go to a con, and yeah, that's Wonder Woman, Elvira, and Vampirella are
So
the
all
three
the
that
boob ones, basically, is what you're telling me.
basically.
Yep.
And now Seiko Ayase has joined that group as well. And
Right.
it's just like, oh, and did I say Power Girl? Power Girl's
No.
in there too. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. So all the boob ones, of course. Yeah.
But
But what's your favorite?
The ones that I love the best are ones that just have meaning for me because of, well, I'll bring this one over. Does Ranma? I love Ranma. I love Ranma. This is the cosplay that I started out with when I came back to cosplay in 2002.
What's it from?
Ranma 1/2, which is now rebooted on Netflix. Just started its second season.
Oh,
it's an anime.
It's an anime. Okay.
It's an anime. The manga came out in the mid 80s. The show came out shortly afterwards, and it's a story about a martial artist, which I happen to be. So I connected with that. And the trials and tribulations of trying to achieve a goal and always being thwarted just resonated with me. So I just love the character. And it took a lot for me to actually give the reboot a chance. And I actually like the reboot, which is very odd because I've never really watched some reboots because I'm just like, brand loyal. Don't mess with my characters, which is why it took me forever to watch the new Star Treks. It was like, no, Uhura doesn't look like that. But Ranma, comfortable cosplay. I can move around. I actually taught a martial arts panel as Ranma this past summer, which was loads of fun. Other than that, I have 2 cosplays from Dragon Ball that are very, very comfortable. One is Bulma briefs in shorts in a jacket and baseball cap, which is pretty much my kind of logo that I use when I have to use a logo. Mm-hmm. And the other one is her father, Dr. Briefs, which is probably the one I will wear to the con on Saturday because I wear my own glasses with that, and I don't wear contact lenses until the doctor says I can. So
yes,
I might do that one. But no one recognizes me when I am that character because I've got a full mustache. I draw in age lines, and I just kind of shamble about and I talk like this to the people, young lady.
Nice.
So yeah, those are my 3 favorites.
And give us a hint. Now, you said you got 72 sort of in the mix, but give us maybe 1 or 2 that you're close to being complete that we can look forward to seeing sometime down the road.
All right. I'm going to attempt to do this. I don't know if this will work. I'm going this way. Going. Okay. You see all those kind of that bookcase that has bins in them?
Yes.
All right. Let's try this way. All these bins.
There you go. Yeah.
Those are my works in progress.
Oh, wow.
And most
I thought I was bad.
Yeah, you do have a problem, yeah.
Most of those have 2 or 3. Some of them have 4. Oh, this one has 5.
Someone needs a 12-step recovery program.
I am currently still trying to finish Winter Poison Ivy, which I started last fall. Didn't finish it for winter, so I pushed it to this winter. So I'm going to try to finish that for the January con. Mm-hmm. In addition to Winter Poison Ivy, I have a formal version of Vampirella because I don't feel comfortable wearing the Vampirella sling suit to a con. So I'm giving her a full...
I can't imagine why.
Really? No idea.
3 square inches of material. You don't feel comfortable wearing that? That's so weird.
So I'm hoping to finish formal Vampirella for next spring. I am doing a crossover or a mashup of Wonder Woman and Vampirella that I'm calling Wonderella. Nice. And that will be a sling suit.
Yep.
I have Steampunk Catwoman, Steampunk Wonder Woman, Steampunk Atlanta. And those are all in the works. Who else do I have in here? Character called Julika Kufane from Miraculous Ladybug. Gosh. Right. Spring version of Poison Ivy that I'll probably switch to when I fail to finish the winter one.
Your backup Poison Ivy for your other Poison Ivy.
I was going to do Halloween and I didn't finish that one. When Joann's went out of business, I bought all the black leaves they had. So I was going to make Halloween Poison Ivy, but time ran out. So I switched to winter again.
No, that's fair.
So yeah, I've got a few things going on over there.
Just a few.
I thought I was busy.
Yeah, I mean,
And the thing is, I get distracted. I'll watch a new show and I'll go, "Hey, I can do
Yeah.
Oh
that."
yeah, that's the worst, right? When you've got a million things on the go, and then you see something new, and you're like,
Right?
uh,
Right? Oh my gosh.
Or it's even worse when people start messaging you and they're like, "We've seen this. You look just like this dude. You
Yeah.
should do this." And if I get like one of those, I'd be like, "Yeah, whatever." And then a new thing will come out. I'll get 17 of those, and I'm
Yeah, like, maybe I should look into
crap.
this.
I guess maybe I should probably look into
Right.
this. Yeah.
It's like K-pop Demon Hunters totally threw off my fall because I wasn't planning on watching it, but my son is like, "Hey, there's a show. It's based on something in Korean. We're Korean." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And now I've got 3 cosplays from there, and I'm working on 2 others. And it's just like, I wasn't expecting that. That was not in the plan. So
Had to get into the spreadsheet. Messed up the whole timeline of the spreadsheet. What are we gonna do?
Oh, I didn't even think of showing you this. All right, let's see if I can angle it. Here we go. Let's see if I can. Do you see this whiteboard?
The whiteboard
Here it is.
with the 8 million things on it. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
that those are all my current projects. It's like, style this wig, cut this fabric, make this prop. It's just like,
I love how
The other-
Booster Joe is like, "I applaud the organization, sir. I think we're a little bit past organization at this point.
Yeah, it's
Someone needs a self-help group." No, that's. I'm glad that you're writing it all out. I'm not a list guy. I just kind of like fly by the seat of my pants, which is why I don't have 300 cosplays. I got like 30 cosplays, but whatever works for you, whatever's keeping you on task. But woman, how many hobbies do you have? Scuba diving, martial arts, cosplay. Where do you find time for 300 cosplays?
There's also running and triathlon and swimming, but let's not go that way.
Wow.
How do I find time?
Yeah, where do you find the time for all this?
Well, I get very little sleep.
Fair enough.
I mean,
That's
do you
fair.
even sleep at all?
Yeah, that's
Coffee.
seems
I
like
get a
where would
couple of,
that happen?
my watch congratulates me for getting 4 hours of sleep. Yay! Naps are great.
Naps
Gosh,
are great. Naps are the best.
And I just started knitting this past year to add yet another technique. And I had the plan of making all sorts of winter stockings, but yeah, that failed.
I can't imagine why, Anna. I can't imagine
I
why.
made a hat. Yay! Well.
So you got to have a hobby while you're working on your other hobbies. Basically, is what you're kind of
while
telling me.
I'm thinking, I'm trying to figure out knit.
Yeah.
But yeah, right now I have 2 bags of knitting, one on either side of our bed. So I can get back to that once con season is done. Then I can get back to that, and hopefully churn out a whole bunch of scarves and stuff in time for the holidays. Ha!
You got a con in January, Anna. It
I was
doesn't
gonna
sound
say,
like con
when is
season's
con
done
season
for you.
done?
Like, when does
I
that
mean-
happen? There's like a 2-week break when you're not doing anything. Like, how does that work?
Yeah. And then we have our
Blink
Thanksgiving.
twice if you need help, Anna. Like, are you okay over there? Yeah.
Let's not mention that we have American Thanksgiving coming up next week,
Oh, that's right.
That's
which
right.
I am hosting. So there's
Yes,
tons
of
of
course
things
you
that I
are.
have to do that.
So let's talk about it quickly. So you got Thanksgiving next weekend. What's your next con?
Well, I have Otaku U this coming Saturday,
Yeah.
and after that is IshoCon in January.
Okay,
And then
so there's
there's-
no cons in December. So that's your off season, is the month of December.
My mom's coming for 2 weeks.
Nice.
Okay.
Are we back to blinking twice if you need help, or what are we doing here?
I love my mother, really, I do. It's
I
just
could tell.
that means I have to clean the house and do everything I ignore because I'm doing cosplays.
You're not allowed
Yikes.
in this room. Don't come in this room.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah,
This wing of the house off
Yeah.
limits.
there's a
Don't go
wing of the house.
downstairs.
Yeah.
Gosh, after that we have Frosty's Faustings in the Chicago area, and I'm hoping to compete there. It's a gaming con. It's one of the larger ones in the United States, and my son competes in Street Fighter, and there's a cosplay contest. So I was like, okay, we'll do that.
When is this one?
First week of February.
Okay.
Was London the first Canadian con that you'd been to?
Yes.
Can I encourage? By the way, London's a great con, and I would absolutely encourage anybody to go. But as far as the bigger cons go, I mean, Fan Expo in Toronto.
I was going to say Fan Expo.
Yeah,
I've been wanting to go to Fan Expo Toronto since before Fan Expo came into the US and took over a bunch of little cons and made them better.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I highly encourage. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a madhouse. It's 4 days. Like we've met a lot of American friends that have come up, even American friends that have been to like MegaCon and stuff. And they came up to Fan Expo and they were like, fuck, like it's so many people in the space that it's in. So
it's bigger than MegaCon.
It's big. It's a big con. So, but I would implore you to come on up. Just, it's very overwhelming because it's way too many people.
It is on my list.
Yeah.
I actually looked for flights from Detroit to Niagara Falls so I could go to the Christmas Niagara Falls Comic Con.
Yeah.
Yeah, that failed.
Yeah. Now that's another fun con too, especially since you're in Niagara Falls, which is already a very like fun town to be in and such on this side of the border as well. So I don't know what the American side is like. I've never been, but the Canadian side's a pretty cool.
Oh, yes. My son's favorite restaurant is on the Canadian side. It's a place called Fazikla that he loves and we love too.
Nice.
But
Clifton Hill and the Falls and Ripley's and so there's so many cool things to already do. And then the con is there, and it's they usually get some pretty good guests, and it's a pretty good time at the con as well. So if you were going to come up and you weren't going to hit one of the Toronto cons, the Niagara con's not too bad to hit either. But London is great. And it was fantastic to get to get to meet you there and hang out and get to interact with you there. You were just there the one day, right?
The one day.
Yeah.
Next time. I told my husband we have to just get the hotel and stay the weekend. So
and come to our hosted after party, which was
we'll make it worth it.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Yes, we gave away a lightsaber. I think next year we're giving away even more. Yeah, we had over 100 people show up for our after party on Saturday after the con. That was sponsored by London Comic Con. It was an absolutely fantastic time. So
and TVX Sabers.
And TVX Sabers. Yeah. I mean, it's like you've been talking about all along with the Cosplay Over 40 thing. It's about building the community, right? So, and we like to do the same thing in our neck of the woods, and not just like-minded people, but at least other cosplayers, and just invite everybody out to come out and break bread and get to know each other in that type of environment. So that's very, very cool. I feel like I've bogarted all the time, as I always do with these interviews, by asking all the questions. Gentlemen, do you have any questions for Anna before we wrap this show up?
No, I think you've done a pretty good job, buddy.
Yeah, well,
you've got the gift of gab, my friend. You have the gift of gab.
Earn my paycheck this week. Yeah. 0 times any other number.
Yeah. You're getting a 3% raise this year.
Thanks,
buddy.
man. Thanks. 3% times 0 is still 0. That's nice. Yep.
And thank you so much for coming on. So this weekend is the next time people can see you.
Yes.
And after that, January.
After that,
and
January,
then February, and then you
February,
just keep going on.
In February, yes, I'll be in New York in February for New York Fashion Week winter. I'll be one of the models walking as I don't know what yet because they haven't told me what cosplay to wear yet, but I'll be there.
And it's the 2 main Instagram pages, correct, Anna?
Yes, it's AMH Cosplays and then Cosplay Over 40.
And I highly recommend going to check it out because. Especially 100%. If you're like us and you're old and you're over 40, definitely check out Cosplay Over 40.
In life.
And then, if you want to get to know Anna more personally, then check out AMH Cosplays as well. So,
I think you're going to get a bunch of Ontario submissions over the next couple of days.
Awesome.
Yep.
Absolutely wonderful.
Yeah. Thank you so much again. Hopefully we get to see you. Well, these guys get to see you again, but hopefully I get to meet you in person, at one of these cons next year. You need to come back up to Canada. For
Planning
sure.
on it.
We've got some good cons. London, I think, is one of our favorites, even though definitely not the biggest. There are some good cons in the area. So hopefully we get to see you there again. Anything you want to pitch before we go?
Gosh. I would just say if you are over 40, please think of joining us and submitting your photo. And you don't have to be over 40 to support us. I mean, we have a bunch of people who are under 40 who think that what we're doing is great and want to support the community. And we welcome everyone because we don't gatekeep. We welcome everybody from all walks of life. And
I can tell you my first submission, I did not have very many followers on Instagram, and it was during a time where I was still kind of chasing the dragon a little bit, looking for followers and such. And the first 1 or 2 times I submitted to Cosplay Over 40, suddenly I got a whole whack of followers out of it. So if you're a burgeoning over 40 cosplayer and you're just starting out and you want more people to see your stuff, definitely submit for sure. Some eyeballs are going to get to see your stuff, and they're definitely going to, it's a very supportive community. So they're going to follow you and follow back regardless of what's going on. So
thank you.
Yeah. Definitely helped me out when I first started out.
It's
Very
a
nice.
passion.
For everybody still watching, thanks for sticking around. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Anna.
I just want to say thank you so much for having me. It's been a blast.
No,
you are very welcome.
Yeah,
You're welcome
guest.
anytime.
Yep.
Like I was saying, for everybody still watching, thanks for sticking with us. If you want to come and hang out, we said it earlier, the Geeks are going to be at Toronto Game Expo this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. I forget the name of the building again at Exhibition Place.
Better Living Center.
A Better Living Center. Thank you very much. What is Better Living? Is that like a brand?
Sure. I don't own the place, man. I just know what it's called. So
yeah, I don't know.
I
don't know why it's called that. It doesn't roll off the tongue. I keep forgetting what it's called. The Better Living Center. Bigger space, more stuff, more vendors, more booths. Hopefully, more games. Make sure you come and check us out. Say hi. Get an interview. In the meantime, make sure you all stay geeky. I'm sure we'll see you next week. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Geek Boutique Podcast. Like always, if you prefer to listen to us, you can find us on all major podcast platforms. Now, make sure you don't forget to click that like and subscribe button, as well as the notification bell to make sure you never miss an